I'm broadcasting just this MUT
Out is
stuff.
the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in
It
the
looks
end
like,
zone.
you know, I need to
And
mess
no
with
run
it a
back
little
here.
bit.
This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by a man who needs no introduction, Ben Roethlisberger.
An absolute prototype for what you draw up as a big, strong quarterback that has to stay in the pocket and make big throws with people all around him and even hanging on him, and still has that sense
I
of
haven't
strength
messed with
to
this
get the
a
ball
lot,
downfield.
but
Ben Roethlisberger, an absolute rock in the pocket, but he also can escape and make big plays that way
I don't
as
know.
well.
We're going to see what we can do
At
with
the
it.
33, following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down.
Playing the Bears.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A 4th-round pick in 2018. Chase Edmonds with a carry.
What do y'all think about them Hokies?
Excellent run blitz.
That old boy from Kentucky, he's all fired up, ain't he?
A good run blitz.
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20.
Man.
And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
That's sad.
Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the
Jerry
Bears
Rice.
take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
Jerry Rice in the end zone is a sight we are sure used to seeing. Not only does he have the most receiving touchdowns in NFL history, he was also the fastest to get to 100.
It took him, I think we've got it here, 120 games to get to 100. Just staggering.
A staggering number.
I ain't messed with the MUT team much. It ain't very good, so.
It wasn't speed. It was the collective.
But it's all I like to play. We're gonna see what we can do.
Second to none.
You get 15,000 points. It's this challenge on the MUT. The higher the levels, pro, all pro, so on. You get more points.
31 now on 1st and 10. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season.
Devontae Freeman, baby.
But not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
I gotta remember they're in a cover 1.
I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space.
The big boy.
6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
Looks like they're in a cover 2. So you got to watch them safeties, and you got to watch them D-backs.
You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back.
He dropped it.
Outside of the game plan we expect and try and be
Come on,
aggressive on
man.
their first series.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Can't get it done.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down. And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
As the Bears come back out here, we talked about their quarterback Mitchell Trubisky earlier, their head coach Matt Nagy, but bottom line, it's not going to be a second consecutive postseason appearance for this team. They just took a little bit too long to get rolling. They were a better team in the second half, but by then both the Packers and the Vikings were well clear of them.
That is so true. And look, all the issues
that was sloppy.
Offense, Mitchell Trubisky struggling with injuries and inconsistency early. Then on the defensive side, I think it was underrated, the loss of Danny Trevathan at inside linebacker. He went out fairly early. Akeem Hicks gets hurt in London against Oakland with an elbow injury. He doesn't make it back until week 15 against Green Bay. Without Akeem Hicks in the middle, that really hurt.
Well, switch guys, man. He's about to score again.
Teams can now devote extra
all right, they're going deep on me here a lot.
So. The pass rush as much up the middle.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw.
Good job, boys.
He'll go down. They'll sack him.
Good job.
Play of this first quarter. Sylvester Williams in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
All right.
Now Ben on 3rd and long.
There you go.
He's going to go down
there
again.
You go.
Credit the great Michael Strahan with a sack. 3rd and long, defense with no fear.
Michael Strahan flexing on him.
That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Julian Edelman. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the
Heck goes up 30 to 24. They're going to need more than field goals.
Everyone knows it's been a
I don't know, Bud might feel like
Redskins, and a chance for
D can hold
about that here as they get this next series started. Just really a forgettable season in our nation's capital. Last 2 years, Charles, 7-9, and people were disappointed with those records, but I think 7-9.
You take it now.
Yeah, they'll take it now because they're going to finish well below that.
And everything just collapsed for them because I thought they'd have a good defense coming into the season, but they got torched the first couple of weeks of the year, and things went downhill from there for a while. Jay Gruden lost his job as the head coach, and then the team had to figure out who was going to play quarterback, and finally Dwayne Haskins got his opportunity. Struggled early. I thought he got better as the season went along, but rookie wide receiver Terry McLaurin, he's a keeper. That's a big-time player that they got, I believe, in the 3rd round.
You are right, Mr. Davis, as I consult my cheat sheet here. 3rd round, 76 pick out of Ohio State was Terry McLaurin. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. This
Good play. We had to keep that moving.
And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Brian Urlacher, the big middle linebacker, in on the stop. Mahomes used to moving quickly in college, trying to get his guys to the line. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball.
Good play, Edelman. He's got hands, man.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's second and
They're
7.
in that cover, too. I'm trying to understand.
Now Mahomes.
Third interception.
It's intercepted. Picked up by Champ Bailey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters. And this is what he's always had. And that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here.
Knocked him out the end zone, you dumbass. Man.
As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Frustration, man. It is frustrating.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Now Sayers. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. Third and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has a
safety, baby. Yes. Safety.
Well, you just said it, Charles. They had to be very hesitant thinking about throwing the football. That's why. Safety.
Foul that one under. Worst fears realized.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Edelman set to return.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying.
Come on, Edelman. You got to do better than that, bud.
I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. And it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. To throw.
God bless America, dude.
And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Frustrating, man.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Know your job.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
They still get another shot, though. I'd never even called it.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Gotta get them going somehow. I'm gonna have to go back to that running game and see what I can
Both
do.
teams appear ready for
Only
the
3-minute quarters, so you don't have a lot of time.
This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle. To throw on 2nd and 6. Mahomes nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company.
Well, this definitely is not helping my cause.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now, how'd you figure that out, bud? That's pretty smart.
After the delay, they're backed up even
3rd
further
and 18.
for 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Oh!
That will be incomplete.
It would have been a mess, but I would have took it.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Fielded at about the 28.
God damn it.
A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams?
I guess they're going to go for
it.
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. That'll be caught by Rice. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Roethlisberger will throw. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds.
Man, I tell you, this is junk. God, my team ain't that good, like I said, so I shouldn't expect it no better.
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Need an interception.
Down, losing
I don't know if I did it.
27. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, this is Edmonds. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue.
Good Lord. They let Big Ben score on.
Bears touchdown. Ben Roethlisberger, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as the Bears push further out in front.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This is taken at the 3. Then he'll take this across the 25.
Can't get nothing going.
Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down by 12. Under a minute 20 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should
That's the way it's went the whole game.
Picked off around the 27.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. So this one in the win column for the Chicago
that wasn't very
Bears.
fun.
And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think of it. They thought